Good morning. Happy Vlogmas. As always, there are no Vlogmas promises on this channel. It just kind of happens when it can happen. I just woke up, hence my bed head and sleepy, tired eyes. I need to take a shower and get myself a little bit together. I'm getting my booster today, so I am trying to prepare myself as best I can and just get stuff done around the house. Yay, getting boosted, very excited, but preparing, to not feel super great for a little while. I feel like there's so much to catch you up on. I don't even know where to really start. So if this is your first video, welcome. I'm Danielle, and my other half is Caitlin, and we together are our time of the month, and we film a lot of beauty, lifestyle content on our channel. Some of that stuff, some of that kind of some of that type of content might creep its way into some Vlogmas days. Day in my life, look at all the boring, mundane stuff I'm doing. I like to watch that stuff, and I feel like you guys do too. So welcome to Vlogmas, or welcome back. It's not going to be like a daily video kind of thing. We put them up when we put them up, and it's like a fun little surprise. We're like a very unreliable advent calendar, I guess is what I would say. But yes, a lot has happened. It's been a wacky 5 or 6 weeks. I'm on medical leave because I had surgery at the end of October, and I go back to work this Friday. Honestly, I don't know how you can be off for this long and then just be like excited to go back to work. No, I'm excited for retirement is what I'm excited for. So because of that, because I had surgery and I'm still healing, I'm still having some discomfort and whatnot, I am just kind of taking the holiday season kind of easy. I'm not looking to get invited to like a lot of holiday parties or nights out. I'm not up for that this year, and that's okay. I'm gonna do a couple things to try to get myself in the holiday spirit. One of those things was getting our tree. I normally every year go to a tree farm, specifically the one I grew up going to, which is really fun and special. I was unable to do that this year, and so my dad actually met Mike and I at our local nursery, and we picked out a pre-cut tree, and he came and he set it up, and it's beautiful, and I'm happy to just have a tree. And I know that this year just couldn't be what it normally is, and that's okay. I'm giving myself permission to just roll with it. Like, I could get really upset that I'm not having these yearly traditions fulfilled, but really, what is there that I can do? Absolutely nothing. So I'm trying to make the best of it. Caitlin and I had our annual wreath making day over the weekend. The teacher in that class is like very anti-technology, so we never really film it, unfortunately. But we sat outside at a local park and we made natural wreaths, and I'll show you mine later. I also have a picture of Caitlin, so I can show you that too. So I'm just kind of taking it easy, but still trying to replicate those feelings of nostalgia and Christmas cheer in the house. So I've decorated more than I ever really do, so I'll show you some of that. Yeah, if there's anything specific that you want to see during Vlogmas, or if you have any questions or anything, this would be a good time to ask for it. I definitely need to do some picking up around the house. I am not someone who likes clutter at all. Even like a little tiny pile of it just kind of like makes my brain very chaotic feeling. And needless to say, I've been recovering from surgery. Mike also had surgery a couple of weeks ago. It was not ideal, but sort of unavoidable. And so our house isn't as put together as I would like. And by put together, I mean like there's just stuff sitting in places, like ornament hooks, mail, dog collar, a bag of bags that needs to go to the car, a bag of Christmas gifts that I need to figure out what to do with, box from my new vacuum cleaner, which I'm absolutely going to show you because it has changed my life. So like those are the things I'm looking at right now. You're not seeing any of it because that's not fun to look at. I don't know, maybe it is. You know what? That's what I'm going to tell myself. I am not going to do any tidying before filming. Like, if I just want to pick up the camera and it's junky behind me, that's real life, so that's what you're going to see. Oh, my office. My office is a nightmare. It's embarrassing. There is just shit thrown on the floor. Like, I'll get it or it'll arrive in the mail and I'm like, I don't have the energy or willpower to do anything with it, so I throw it in the office on the floor. Okay, so my appointment is at 10:15. It's currently 8:30. I would like to take a shower. I obviously am not wearing makeup now, but I feel like my skin has gotten really nice since being on medical leave because I'm really not wearing makeup, and I have all the time in the world to just like do skincare all the time, which has been fun. If you have any tips on how to transition from being off for 6 weeks and then going back to the office, I would love to hear your tips, because I was thinking about new parents. Like, how do you all take time off and then find the gumption to go back? I mean, if you're like me, it's like I have to go back because I need money to live. So I really don't have a choice. But fuck, it's hard. Like, I don't even have a kid to leave. I just have all this free time that I've really enjoyed filling with reading and painting my nails and doing like odd, weird purging home projects around the house. Hopefully the next time you see me, I look a little less tired and a little more clean. I mean, look at that greasy hair. Oh, before I do that, I do want to show you our holiday cards. First of all, if you're not following us on Instagram, follow us on Instagram, because you can be missing out on fun things like getting a holiday card. I mean, I know it's like nothing, but it's still something. So we sent out a couple of hundred holiday cards from our time of the month, and I don't want to show what they look like because I haven't showed them on the internet yet, and we're really proud of them because they are a very true representation of Caitlin and myself, and I'm excited to see y'all start to get them. So follow us on Instagram, because occasionally we post things like that where it's like, hey, if you want a Christmas card or a holiday card from us, send us your address and we'll send you a card, and we promise not to show up to your house unannounced. Although a lot of you have said, please come unannounced, which is really kind of you. I don't think you mean it, but thank you. But also, this is the first year that Mike and I are sending out like a real holiday card that's been personalized, because our friend Corinne took photos of us this year. And although I don't look like this anymore because I cut off like 100 inches of hair, I'm really happy with them, and I want to show you what they look like. Here they are. It says, it's fine, we're fine, everything is fine. And it's this really fun photo of Mike and I doing the Elaine Bennis dance from Seinfeld. It also says, wishing you a fine holiday season and a bitch in 2022. You know, I haven't seen a whole lot of lofty goals from people who are like, 2022 is gonna be my year. I think everyone knows better than to put that out into the universe. So I just hope that everyone has a great 2022. I myself am not really setting any kind of like lofty resolutions or intentions. I'm just trying to survive and not have surgery in 2022. That's pretty much what I'm looking for, you know? That's the front, and then the back, of course, we had to include our sweet baby Barkley. So it says love, Mike, Danielle, and Barkley. And they're postcards, which I think is fun. Also, Caitlin and I's card is a little funnier and maybe not so like, oh my God, look how cute. And it's not gonna go in an envelope, so it's just gonna be circulating through the mail naked, and everyone is gonna see it. Like all the postal workers, the mail delivery people, the people checking the mail, they're all gonna see it and be like, okay. I'm already very excited for the reactions. And I'm excited for you all to get them in the mail. It's just so exciting. So yeah, like I said, follow us on Instagram. It's at our time of the month. If you want a holiday card and you didn't get your name in time and your address, don't worry, because I think we're gonna have some extras. And when we do, I'll post on Instagram like, hey, we have X amount of extras. First 30 people to send your address will get a card, kind of thing. So yeah, I'm excited for that too. We've already started getting a couple, actually. I think we have 4 on our fridge already, which is pretty exciting. Okay, I really am done chit-chatting right now. I'm gonna go take a shower. Okay, goodbye. I'm back and I'm boosted, baby. I also went to Whole Foods. I'm gonna show you my really healthy grocery haul. Get ready. There will be a twist, don't worry. First of all, the golden beets looked magnificent. So I got some. This was $2.99. Golden beets aren't as dirt tasting as purple beets, but I love both. I love the dirt, evidently. I got green beans. I really like a French green bean, a haricot vert, if you will. They're my favorite. Also got some Brussels sprouts for Thanksgiving. I actually made a Brussels sprout shaved salad that I really liked, and I kept them raw, but I think it would be really good if I made like a warm Brussels sprout salad and just sauteed the shaved Brussels sprouts just for a few minutes to sort of soften them and take away a little bit of that bitterness. So that's my goal for that. And none of the avocados looked good, and let's be real, they have like a 1 hour window of time that they're actually ripe and perfect. So I just went ahead and bought pre-made guacamole. I like to amp this up, so I'll add a little bit more lime, maybe some cayenne pepper, maybe some tomatoes. So healthy. I am a pillar of health. If there is anything I can influence you about this holiday season, it's this. Milk Bar candy cane chocolate chip cornflake ice cream, okay? My mom is calling me. All right. I love you. Bye. Anyhow, as I was saying before so rudely interrupted, if there's anything I can influence you on this holiday season, please let it be this. Please let it be the Milk Bar candy cane chocolate chip cornflake ice cream. It's the best ice cream I've ever had. I've never had an addiction or a love affair that's run this deep. I can't stop eating it. I've already crushed 3 containers and I just bought 3 more because, you know, it's limited edition. It's limited edition, it's gonna go away. I am so passionate about this ice cream and I want you all to experience its beauty and its wonderfulness. So it's a soft mint flavor. It's not like this really strong peppermint mint. It's not even as strong as mint chocolate chip ice cream. I love mint, but I know not everyone is a huge fan. And oftentimes I think it can overpower things. You don't taste the other flavors and notes. This is a soft mint. So it's a soft mint base ice cream and it's beautiful. It's like light pink. It has nice pieces of chocolate chunks throughout it. They add really good texture. There's also like a swirl of gooey marshmallow, but it's not too much so that it's like this big sticky globby mess. The best part in my mind is the cornflake because it's a little bit salty and it's crunchy, and I don't know how it remains crunchy throughout the ice cream and it doesn't get soggy, but it does. And every time you get like a little pocket of the cornflake with all of the other flavors, it is delightful, euphoric. I love it. I ate an edible about a week ago and I ate an entire pint. And I didn't feel bad about it at all. Not at all. I don't even care what the calories are. I don't care because I love it and I'm treating myself, and the heart wants what it wants. And right now what it wants is Milk Bar candy cane chocolate chunk cornflake ice cream. And so I stocked back up. People have been asking me where you can buy these. I go to my local grocery store and they're there. You can look it up on the website. Milk Bar has a website and there's a grocery component of the website, and then you can put it in your zip code and it will tell you what stores around you sell what products. I'm sorry, I don't have all the answers. I don't know every single retailer that these are in. You're gonna have to do a little research on your own with that one, but I get them at Whole Foods, okay? Whole Foods is where I get them. It's a love affair, so I'm gonna put these in the freezer. Okay, I don't have a tortilla chip handy, but I do have a jalapeno chip, which I think will be good in the guacamole because these chips are a little too spicy for me. Oh my God. Okay, I might have just discovered another must-try combination. These I got at Sam's Club. They're zesty jalapeno flavored. I really like jalapeno chips, but I guess I'd never had this exact brand before. I've had their other stuff, but not this flavor. They're a little too hot for me, and so I've been thinking like I'm gonna have to make some kind of dip with sour cream to cool it off so I can eat them. Or you could just dunk it in guacamole. That's really good. That's really good. I think I like it better than a tortilla chip. Wow, that's good. Mike's gonna like that. Okay, I do need to eat a real lunch, So I'm going to have some chicken salad that I made. I want to show you some of my Christmas decorations. I tried to do this talk through on the camera and something is just not right. So here's a voiceover. Hi, it's me from the future. This is our coffee table. Everything on this coffee table is from Target. These little houses, I think, were $5. I got all these bottle brush trees there, some this year, some from years past. I also did a little bit of a little truck theme, which I know is really popular, but they can be really expensive, and I just don't want to sink a ton of money into seasonal decor. It's not my thing. So I found these truck ornaments, and I took the ribbon off for the ornament portion. I could use a wire cutter and cut that other little wire piece off, but I don't mind. They were $3. Love it. I also have these really beautiful candlesticks here on the table that are gold. I got the set of 3 from Target for $25. And, you know, more trees, more houses. Ta-da! Then I'm going to show you our wall. I did that super cheesy Pinterest trick where you wrap up your painting like a present. I think I'll like it more once I add a bow right to the center where I'm pointing. This is my first year decorating our banister. We don't really have a big one, but I've always wanted something here and finally found some good garland that I actually liked and didn't look too fake. This is by Magnolia Home. I like that it has different types of pine on it and that these little white berries are kind of cute. And then I bought 2 additional stockings for guests. My mom and her beau are going to be coming here for Christmas morning, and I needed to have something for them. I don't know what I'm saying here about the berries. They're fake. They're like little pom-poms. These stockings are also from Target. Pretty much everything is from Target. And I use green ornament hooks to kind of hide them on here. Green ornament hooks are the way to go. They blend in. You can't even hardly tell that they're there. So that's that. Then I'm going to show you some things in this little vase here. And these are sold as individual stems. So I got some cranberries. I also got some pine with pine cones. And I made my own little arrangement. I made an identical one that's going to be, not going to be, it is in our guest bedroom. So when we have guests over, they can have a little bit of a festive touch in their room. Now we're going to go over to our coat hanger. And I just have this little Mary sequin. I don't even know what you would call this. It looks like a bookend, but it's not. It's just a Mary. It's just a Mary. And then this wreath is older and it's from Target, but I really love it because I like, again, magnolia leaves, the little faux cranberries, the pine cones, the different types of pine. I'm going to show you the wreath I made during mine and Caitlin's wreath workshop. I always go for sort of an open look. I don't like to completely encase the grapevine, but I made this bow. Can you believe that? I made that bow. Going back into our house. What are you doing, Danielle? Christmas cactus that's not bloomed. It's from the Sill, and they sent me one and it was completely shattered, so they had to send me another one, which was really nice of them to do. I also have some garland and red beads hanging above our tree in these windows here. All of those garlands and beads are old from Michael's, and I have some snowflake windows hanging in the window, which are kind of hard to see. And then we're going to see Barkley again. This is just pretty much what he does. He gets up from one bed and then moves on to another bed and sleeps there all day long until he then gets back in our bed. Put the chair here. I've got a little Noel thing in the window there. I don't even know what these are called. What would you call these things? Because I have 3 of them. A Noel, another Noel, and then I have the Mary. I also have a very trendy, beautiful ceramic tree. My grandmother gave this to me last year. It was hers, and her best friend made this for her many, many years ago. And so I treasure it very much. I love it. It's one of my favorite pieces to dig out, and it just has a lot of sentimental value. And I'm not really someone who considers myself sentimental, but with that I do. And then here's a little overview of our nice thick old tree. She came from a local nursery and she looks beautiful. I have a Merry & Bright fabric banner here. It looks glittery, but it's not. It's just a nice soft fabric. And then I have one more piece of garland sort of on top of our wine cabinet. I really like this kind of a theme. I don't really go for like snowmen and Santas. I like to keep it more natural, and I like to use a lot of greenery. So that's just kind of the theme that we have. And I'm going to do a little pan over, and then we're going to go to the basement, and I'm going to show you the things that we have in there. This is the area I decorated in our basement. So this is our little electric fireplace. I hung mine and Mike's stockings here, and then kind of continued the same sort of theme I had going upstairs. A lot of this I already owned, like these burlap trees. I have owned these. These just stay out year round. Seasonal candle that I've been burning. This garland is also from Michael's a couple years ago. More of the same bottle brush trees and little village and little red trucks and same. My cousin Sarah gave me this card the other day. It is a van with a tree on top, but the tree is not a tree. It is a dick tree. I've got the same burlap tree here and then another matching candle doodad. It's just simple, but it does something to really elevate the look. My new vacuum. I love her. And then I have this giant candle in a hurricane that is by Illume, and that is our decorations covered. I think I told you where everything is from, but if you have questions, leave it in a comment below and I will try to remember. I wanted to close out this video by talking about some of the holiday reads that I've read this year or that I have on my list to read. This time of year, I'm looking for cozy, predictable, holiday, family, love, Christmas cheer, all of those things. I'm not looking for something that is going to win a Pulitzer Prize. I know what I'm getting when I select a cozy Christmas read, and that is usually all of those things I just described. I appreciate a very well-written novel, and I'm not saying that Christmas books are not well-written novels, but you know, it's a Christmas book. It most likely is going to end up wrapped up in a tidy little bow. And I'm okay with that because I have my expectations set for that. With that being said, I wouldn't typically pick this cheesy of a book maybe throughout the entire year, but right now, absolutely, that's what I'm looking for. I want to read about someone else's problems and not worry about my own. You know what I'm saying? So here are the books that I've read or will be reading. I've already passed about 4 of them along to Caitlin so that she can read. We are both on Goodreads. I'm at OTMdanielle. She's at OTMcaitlin. We have marked the books that we've read. We've rated them. We also have lists on there of books that are on our to be read lists. So go ahead and check us out there if you'd like to. I also try to post what I'm reading and like little mini reviews of the books I've read on Instagram. And again, that's at our time of the month, so you can follow us there. The first holiday book I read this year was called A California Christmas, and it's by Brenda Novak. And I know that there's a movie on Netflix that has the same title, but they do not have the same storyline. A California Christmas is about a news anchor named Emery who was dating a different news anchor at her job, and they broke up, and he revenge posted porn of them online. She gets fired from her job. She decides, I've got to get out of Los Angeles. I can't show my face around here, so I'm going to go to my hometown in Silver Springs, California. And I thought, you don't want to be recognized, but you're going to your hometown. Curious. So she gets there, and because her parents have moved away from their hometown, she stays with a family friend. And this woman is about to get married in a couple of weeks, and she is like not the owner, but she like manages a school for troubled children and has adopted many of the kids from that school as her own. Some of her adult children have returned home for the wedding, and one of them is Dallas Turner, who is like a rock climber and obviously had a troubled past and like a lot of family issues as a kid. And him and Emery knew each other loosely, but they were never really friends. And so a friendship and maybe more develops in this book. And I don't know, I thought it was really cute. It wasn't as like Christmassy and like twinkly and light shows and Santa Claus. It wasn't as Christmassy as some of the other books, but I did like it, and I think I gave it a 4-star
on my Goodreads account, just because I enjoyed the storyline. It was a little bit different as far as Christmas reads go, and I, for the most part, I liked the characters. Then I read The Santa Suit by Mary Kay Andrews, and this was a super fast read. This was about a woman who gets a divorce and decides to buy a cabin sight unseen in North Carolina. She shows up to the cabin, realizes that it needs a lot more work than she anticipated. Her moving truck with all of her furniture and whatnot is involved in a car accident, and a lot of her stuff is destroyed. So she kind of has to search through this house and find any furniture that the previous owners may have left behind, which they did. In that process, she also discovers a lot of Christmas memorabilia and learns that the previous owners of the house were extremely into Christmas. They played the town Santa and Mrs. Claus for many, many years. And so everyone in the town grew up knowing that these people were very involved in Christmas. Their house was always decorated beautifully. People would drive by it to look at the lights, kind of thing. So she's not really feeling all the holly jolly Christmas spirit, and the realtor that she used is a single man, and he tries to help her find her Christmas spirit in her pants. No, but yes. He gets a tree for her and helps her understand who the people were who used to own the house. And she makes a lot of kind of less traditional friendships, which I kind of really liked in the book. I just thought it was sweet. It was a very heartwarming book. If you're looking for something like that, I highly recommend it. It did have a few funny lines, but again, it was super fast, and I think it would be a general crowd pleaser. Then last night, I finished A Cross-Country Christmas, and I forget the author's name. It's on my phone. I cannot look at it, but I will leave all of these linked down below. At first, it wasn't my favorite, but then I was like, okay, this is good. And I think I ended up giving it 5 stars. It even made me cry at a certain part, and I just found it to be just the book I needed at just the right time, I guess. I don't know. This was also based in California. I don't get that. This followed mostly 2 people, Lauren and Will, who are from the same town in Illinois, and Will is Lauren's brother's best friend. And so they kind of grew up together, but they never remained in contact and stuff after high school and whatnot. So Spencer is about to have his first child with his wife, and he's like, Lauren, you have to come home for Christmas. Please come home for Christmas. And she's like, I don't want to come home. I don't like the holidays. She decides she's going to go so she can meet her niece, and she's terrified of air travel, so she knows she has to take a train or a bus, but she's waited too long to get her ticket, and everything is sold out. So Spencer is like, hey, Will is coming home too, and he also lives in California, and you should ride with him. And she's like, ooh, God, no. Ooh, I hate Will. He's a womanizer, and he is a playboy, and was a star athlete, thinking of him as he was in high school. Well, Will is no longer like that, but she is still kind of a curmudgeon-y bitch, and she's pretty cold to him, and they have to go on this cross-country road trip, and he's trying to make it a really fun time and help her find her Christmas spirit, and they make a lot of fun pit stops along the way, which you later learn why he did all that. And she's just kind of short with him and rude to him throughout the trip. And I was like, can you please stop being this way? He's trying. So then, they finally get back to Illinois, and some things transpire in the book, and it was just another really good one, a little bit heartwarming as well. I found that it did make me cry just based on the family element. They both had different paths that they're trying to overcome, and they learned how to kind of use each other to help one another through those difficult times. So I liked that one very much. Like I said, I gave it a 5. I found that one on Kindle Unlimited, which if you don't have a membership, I'm pretty sure you can get a free trial for 30 days. I finished that yesterday, and then I started a new one last night, and it's called something about the Holly Jolly Inn. Snowy Holly Jolly Inn. I forget, but it's got a really cute snowy cover. I'm reading it on my Kindle. I'm already 21% of the way through. So it's another fast one. It's based in Vermont. There's tons of snow. It's picturesque. There's a dilapidated inn. In all these Christmas books, there's usually some kind of hotel or inn or cottage or whatever. There's something. There's always something. And so I can't really give you my review on that, but like I said, you can find me at OTMdanielle and on Goodreads and follow along with what I'm reading and how far along I am in a book if you care about that. So I've read all those, and then I have a pile here of things that I also want to read. I also have some more backlogged on my Kindle. The first one I have here is called One More for Christmas by Sarah Morgan. This, I didn't really know, I had never seen anyone talk about it or heard anyone talk about it, but I picked it because of its snowy cover. This, I forget the entire synopsis, but I'm pretty sure it's about two sisters and their estranged mother and how they're trying to kind of help rectify years of trauma and just like not good memories, and they're trying to make this Christmas better. So that's that. I also have a Jenny Colgan book, which she's an author I really enjoy actually. I bought this one last year. This is Christmas at the Island Hotel. See? Hotel. Told ya. There's one by her this year that I want to read called like The Christmas Bookshop maybe. I forget. It's on my to-be read list. But I didn't get a chance to read this last year, so I am going to read it this year. Her books are always set somewhere really beautiful, like Ireland or Scotland or someplace that's not America. It just looks like Christmas. Then I have a Susan Mallory book that I bought actually at Snug Books a couple weeks ago. And she's an author that I've recently really started getting into. She sort of reminds me a little bit of Ellen Hildebrand and also Kristen Harvey, I forget her third name. But this is called The Christmas Wedding Dress, and I thought the cover was really beautiful. The Somerville sisters believe in love, but they've lost faith it will happen for them. Reggie hasn't been home since the end of the world's shortest engagement. When her parents decide to renew their vows, she buffs up her twinkle to help with the Christmas wedding. Unexpectedly, Toby, her first love, is also back, and the spark between them shines as brightly as ever. In the spirit of this season, will they let go of past hurts and greet the new year together? Done waiting for the one, Dina is pregnant and on her own. By choice. On purpose. But then a gorgeous, sad-eyed songwriter checks into a room at her inn. At her inn. Did you hear what I said? Her inn? Micah, unable to write since he lost his wife, finds inspiration in Dina's determination to be a mom. One snowflake speckled kiss and he's a goner. But Dina's afraid to believe that a rock star could fall for a cookie-cutter small-town girl like her. As the Christmas wedding draws closer, these two sisters might just unwrap the most treasured gift of all, love. The last physical one I have was something I snagged in Target because it was marked down even further than the 20%. It's called Always in December by Emily Stone. And last night, actually, I was texting our friend Joy because as I was trying to pick my next read, I saw that she had just marked this as a read book on her shelf. And I asked her what she thought, and without giving anything away, she just said it wasn't like a happily ever after story. So I'm glad she told me that because I'm looking for the happily ever after right now. Like, I will read this year, but I just needed some more like holly jolly love, I guess. None of these books are going to win a Pulitzer anytime soon, as I don't think anyways, but if they do, congratulations. Like I said, that's not what I'm looking for. I need the predictable. I'm basically looking for Hallmark scripts in book form. That's it. I don't need a lot here. So I will say last year I read a couple. I read In a Holidays, which was funny because it's Christina Lauren and their stuff is usually funny. And then my favorite one last year was called A Cozy Christmas in Cornwall, and it was by Jane Lynn Foote. And it was based in the UK. It was snowy. It had great descriptors. That's another thing I like. I really like when an author describes things heavily and I can really picture the Christmas village. Oh, there's another one I read this year. So that was a really good one. Read it last year. I'll link it. It's awesome. Another one I read this year that I actually really liked was called The Holiday Swap. This was also based in California. That's the third Christmas book in California, which is kind of weird. So this follows twin sisters. One of them stays behind in their hometown to help run the family bakery, and the other one also has a love for culinary arts, and she is a co-host on like a holiday baking show in Los Angeles. So it's kind of like Gilmore Girls and Holiday Baking Championship from Food Network in a book. sort of. So the one sister who's the co-host of the show, her other co-host is a dick, and she's on set one day and something falls on her head and she gets a pretty gnarly concussion. So she sees a doctor and the doctor's like, you can't record shows anymore. You can't like be on your phone or anything like that. You have to let your brain heal. And she's like, no, it's the final wrap up and I have to make my mark on this show so I can get hired for this next show. And she quickly realizes that she really can't do it because she does have a brain injury. So she calls her sister and says, hey sis, can we swap roles? Can you come be the co-host of my show and I'll come run the family bakery while mom and dad are on vacation? Harebrained, wacky. But they do it. And obviously there are road bumps along the way. They both find themselves entertaining some male suitors. I think I gave that one a 4 stars on my Goodreads. It was cute. The town just sounded very ideal. Yeah, that's it. So again, you can follow us on Goodreads. Okay, so Mike is home. That's gonna wrap up this video for today. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, because you just never know when a new vlog is gonna come. It's Vlogmas, Mike.
Vlogmas.
Oh my God, you guys are so
We're back together.
cute. Oh, he missed it.
Did you miss me holding you, baby?
Mike had his post-op appointment this morning and his doctor cleared him to lift things, and so now he can lift Barkley. And oh my God, look at the cuteness. Oh, that's the first time. So again, thank you so much for watching. Apologies in advance for how sporadic these vlogs might be. It's just the way that it is. I explained all my reasons earlier. And you probably don't even care. It's fine. So I hope you guys are having a happy holiday season. Again, let me know if there's anything specific you might want to see in these, and I'll try to make it happen. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on the new videos whenever they do appear. If you're doing an advent calendar this year, which advent calendar are you doing? I really wanted to get the Bon Maman one, which was the jam calendar, but it was sold out everywhere I went, and I was not spending $60 on little jams. But I did get a cheese advent calendar, and it's better than the Aldi one. So we've been doing that, but I'm like 2 days behind. So I need to get in there and eat my cheese. Also, my arm is starting to hurt. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up and I will see you in the next one.